Okay, good morning. Let's do TRX. We're going to start with heels stretching forward. Feet are flat on the mat. Just going to lean back, let chest look at the anchor, and then come in. I have my elbows really close to my side. They're scraping my ribs and lowering with control as to not fall back, but control back. And squeezing belly, squeezing inner thighs, keeping shoulders nice and broad. We're just going to do 5. Staying with nice and controlled, maybe a count of 3 to go back, count of 3 to come in as belly squeezes. Okay, gonna call this my last one. Hopefully that be a count of 5 and come halfway where elbows are next to the side. Little pulses, shoulders broad, keep neck relaxed. And then letting arms go straight. Gonna bend the arms and reach forward for a stretch, bending my legs generously so that that stretch not be too deep, too quick, but instead allowing sitting bones to brush up. And then rolling up through the spine, bending elbows and controlling back. Bending elbows, shifting forward to reach, resting chest forward, brushing sitting bones up, the knees bend as much as you like, shoulders relax. Roll through the spine, bend elbows before shifting back, bend elbows, and lean heart forward as we brush sitting bones up and back, relaxing the chest. Staying here long enough to enjoy the stretch, then roll it, breathing into the back while we do, shift back. Okay, last one, kind of warming up the body. Go all the way into the stretch. Let's just stay here. Remember those sitting bones brush up and back and shoulders relax with chest as ribs pull in. Lift through the heels, lower through the heels. Keep it controlled so those heels lower slow, stretching the heels as shoulder and chest stay relaxed. Think of collarbones being soft and directly aim the heels down so that if you were to peek at the feet, you wouldn't be able to see your heels poking inside or out. Roll it through the spine, articulating each vertebra. Now let's just do a couple heel raises and lower with control. So heels lift up as inner thighs squeeze. And then using the reach of the arms for shoulders to relax. Okay, just last one. Okay, can I come up on those tippy toes? Go into a little chair squat. And then come up on those tippy toes, lower the heels down. Got 2 more, heels lift. Reach the arms forward, chest aiming right inside of those arms. Come up, and then lower the heels down. Just last one, heels rise. Bend the legs, aiming the knees over toes, and then come back up, lower the heels down. Okay, gonna rock back, but this time, instead of elbows close to the side, externally rotate and do 4 more. Chest shining towards the anchor. 3, 2, and last one. Gonna hold at the top, little tiny pulses, chest getting closer to the anchor. All 10 toes long. Try to relax them long. Then rest back. Then elbows into side, shift for the stretch. Roll up through spine, elbows by side, shift back to relax. Bend, and we're gonna get a little stretch, just warming up our body. Roll up, lean back for a stretch. Then last one, and roll up through the spine. All right, let's step 1 foot forward, other leg back. Reach the arms out and square off the hip where outer hip hugs in. Back hip hugs forward and up. Gonna lean forward for a stretch. And then chest forward to come up. Arms open as shoulders are broad. Leaning forward for that stretch. Back heel anchored down. And then come up through the chest, shoulder blades gliding down the back. Ribs are in. We're gonna lean forward, nice flat back. Keep the flat back, come on up, shine both hip points forward. Last one. Okay, let's shift forward as we come into warrior 3. Set the foot down and then come up, chest is forward. We have 2 more. Using the steadiness of the straps to come forward and up. Chest stays relaxed as straps stay steady. And then come up. Kind of feel that your straps don't wander left to right. They find center. So finding center to come up, float the back leg up, set the foot down, and then chest gliding up as ribs knit down towards the waist. Last one, we're going to come up and hold. Little pulses up for 5, 4, 3, leg getting longer with each pulse, belly squeezing in. 1, set the foot down and slowly come up. All right, so just coming into a little twist. Try to keep that front knee aimed over the toes. Another twist, letting chest lead with the strap. So chest and strap are going to go together. Rolling heart open. And then chest and strap going together as we spiral through the waist. All right, just stepping forward and coming up into our tippy toe. And this time, squeezing legs together as we reach arms apart. Open, close. We got 5 more. Heels together. Inner thighs squeeze. 4 more. Heels squeeze. Inner thighs. 3. Shoulders relax. 2. Last 1. Okay, I'm going to keep my legs together. Heels just slightly apart, so we're in parallel. Little pulses up and down. 5, 4, 3. Try not to let the chest look down at the floor. Keep it aimed towards those straps. 1. Now knees apart. 5, 4. Just tiny pulses. Tailbone getting heavy. Neck and shoulders stay relaxed. Head floats. And then come all the way up, squeezing the legs together. We're going to do the other side. So other leg steps back, anchoring back heel down. Square off the hips. Hug the outer hip in. That back hip, shine it forward. Taking those arms forward and out where shoulder blades pour down the back. We're going to lean forward for the stretch and squeeze hips narrow to back of the room. Come up, chest, shoulders broad. So hips can feel narrow as tailbone stretches back like an arrow. And then come up as belly squeezes. 2 more. Inhale, fill the back. And then come back up. Last one. Okay, we're going to shift forward into a little balance. Warrior 3, level off hips. And then set the foot down. Float up, chest floats, belly squeezes. Come on up. Aim the hips towards the mat. Hug through center. Set the foot down. And slowly come up. 2 more. Inhale, lengthening from toe to fingertips, shoulders, chest relax, ribs pull in. Then set down, chest floats, shoulders relax. Last one. Okay, we're going to add a pulse. It's with the leg lifting up, belly squeezing more. 3, 2, both inner thighs squeeze towards ceiling. 1, set down, come up. Let's get our twists. Letting the heart turn with the straps. And then return, keeping that front knee fairly still as we twist from the waist. Avoiding our hip dropping. Last one. Inhale, twist. Exhale, return. Last one. Inhale, twist. Exhale, return. All right, step on up. Let's scoot back where elbows can be by our side and lean back. So we're going to alternate external and elbows in. So elbows wide as chest fills open. Keep chest open. Broaden across shoulders as elbows scrape. 4 more. Chest is nice and open. Elbows squeeze towards our side. 3 and 2. Legs are squeezed together. Heels reach into the mat. Last one. elbows wide. Little pulses here, chest getting closer to the anchor. 2, 1. Hold that. Chest is looking at anchor. We're just going to march. Marching in place. Squeezing knee into chest, being still in our strap. Avoid any rocking around. Look at the anchor to feel and see stillness. For 5. Squeeze that knee in close into chest. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, so let's let those elbows scrape side, shoulders back, and then elbows into our side as we lean forward and brush one leg back. Square off the hips, level off chest, shoulder, and then roll up, chest finding center of the mat. Lean back. And with chest going over center of the mat, try to avoid falling towards the side of the standing leg. And then come back up. The leg just floats up. We don't have to kick it up. It brushes the mat to glide across the mat to float up, anchoring weight into big toe as inside of the feet reach. And then set down. Okay, last one. We're going to rock forward, lean forward as leg brushes back, and then lean forward with the chest to return. Okay, let's switch sides. Getting a nice little stretch as we do this. Remember, you can bend the standing leg as much as you like. I'm doing that more so on this side. A car accident has affected my whole right side to be less flexible for now. And also just working with a little bit of stuff around my shoulder and anyhow. But we just work around it, being intuitive and listening to our body. So that's where that knee bend comes in. Really helpful. And using the props to relax so there's no tension, especially when we modify. And then, actually, anytime. And then last one, we're going to brush that foot across. And then return, chest floating up. All right, let's go into some wide squats. You can have your feet as wide as the mat. Toes turned out for now. Later we'll come into parallel toes in. So gonna straighten the arms while setting the hips down back so that back feels flat on the wall. There's not a pelvic thrust forward. Hips are dragging back, and then chest goes straight up. So releasing the hips back to slide down the wall, and then keeping that chest straight up. So sternum vertical, and then keeping that sternum nice and vertical. Right now I'm doing palms in as chest stays open, and a little rotation across the shoulders with palms up. Just feels intuitive to get that external rotation across the shoulders. Okay, got 2 more. Going into our squat. Thighs getting parallel to the floor, aiming the knees over the toes. Okay, last one, we're going to do little pulses. Try not to rely on arms. Let shoulders shrug. Maybe use that palm up to encourage that external rotation. Little pulses up and down a wall. Then come all the way up. All right, we're going to go into parallel with our feet. And before we do squats, let's just do some weight shifts, letting the hips rock. Okay, now from there, we're going to step and then step. I should have moved some of my stuff for this one. Going to dodge that little box behind me. Okay, so you can get faster with a little hop. We float hop. And you can tug on the straps enough that shoulders shrug back. So that tug is to help the shoulders shrug, not to hang on the straps with our weight necessarily. 5, 4. Maybe you want more air time. Just keep it floating. So that weight shift that we had in our hip is still happening in that up and over, up and over, up and over. Okay, we're going to add a tap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep the shoulder shrug. Okay, 2 more. And last one. Okay, let's go back to our squats. Feeling a little anal about that wrinkle in my mat, so gonna straighten it out. Okay, heels sway out to make sure that a spiral happens in the feet. that presses the inside of the feet down while kneecaps fill up. Okay, release the hips. Use the tug of the straps to shrug shoulders back and down. Glide shoulder blades like soap down a wall, like soap up a wall. Come back up. Okay, a few more. Shoulder blades glide down the back and then come back up. You could go lower if you want. Just make sure you keep the shoulder shrugs. So if you go lower, not hanging in our shoulders, but keeping those shoulders shrugging as we go down, tailbone heavy, and floating up. You'll feel that, a sensation of floating to come down. So we go down, and then head floats, chest floats, spine floats to come back up. Nice and smooth. One more. Lower, and come back up. Okay, last one, we're going to add in our pulses. Pulsing for 5. Keep that shoulder shrug. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Let's go back to our warrior 3. Foot sweeps the mat. And this time rolling hips open. There's a balance here, so try not to fall, while leaning chest forward to relax. It will stretch the limbs. And then come back up. And this time we'll hug knee into chest as we rock back. Straighten the arms, the shoulder shrug. And then shift forward. Roll hips open. Little fly time. Stretch everything out. Yawn it out. Then come back up. And squeeze knee into chest. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Okay, last one. We're going to shift forward. Tippy toe up as chest leans forward. That's the hard part, is probably relaxing that chest while tippy toe. Lower the heel down and then come back up. Squeeze knee into chest. Okay, last one. We're going to come forward, roll hips open, and then tippy toe up, flying the chest over the mat. Lower the heel down with control, trying to find that. And then come back up, squeeze knee into chest. Okay, let's go into a few squats. We're gonna reach the leg forward, flex, and then come back up, squeeze. Release hips back so we're not in a tuck. Keep the shoulder shrug. And bend. I don't care if the knee goes straight. So it could be softly bent as the leg sends deep into the hip socket. And then come back up. One more. We're going to go down. Here, go ahead and cross the ankle. Don't get tired in those straps. Little presses, pulses down, the whole spine sliding down the wall. 3, 2, feel your breath. And 1. And then we're going to come out of it. Release, roll hips open. Here we're adding a pulse. 1, 2, as chest flies. And then come back in, squeeze, stretch. And then we'll do a few more. Kick, kick, squeeze knee into chest, stretch, belly squeezes. Last one, roll hip and chest open, fly a little bit. So don't be in a big rush, you want to feel the movement first. Kick, kick, and then squeeze, flutter that leg to stretch. Last one. We'll roll chest, keep shoulders relaxed, stretch, feel energetic in legs and arms, kick, kick, and then squeeze. All right, switching sides, but first let's just do a little kick, side to side. Get a chance to relax. All right, for boredom's sake, I get bored, meaning I want to switch it up before doing the other side. Let's go ahead, take the arms straight, press shoulders back and down, tippy toe, and then lean forward for a stretch, roll up, and then once we're in that tippy toe and falling, lower the heels down. So tippy toe up, chest is going to aim through the straps as hips brush up and back. We're on our tippy toes. Bend the legs if you need. And then roll up. Stay in that tippy toe. There's a little balance here. Lower the heels down. Last one, lift heels. And then lean chest forward through those straps. Wait for the rest in shoulder and chest as belly squeezes. And then roll up, balancing on those tippy toes. Those toes stay relaxed. Lower the heels down. So now we'll do that other side. We're going to let our other leg brush back. And then bend the leg if need be. I am on this side for sure. 1, 2, and then return. And we're going to squeeze knee into chest, squaring off. Okay, got a few more. So fly the chest. Use the knee bend if that helps. And then hug knee into chest. And flutter the leg out for a little stretch. Okay, 2 more. Inhale, roll hip open, kick, kick. Exhale, squeeze knee into chest. Flutter the leg out as belly squeezes, heel stretches. Last one. Inhale, kind of waiting for that chest to relax. Roll hip open, resting chest to fly more as the arms stretch, kick, kick. Hug knee into chest and flutter that leg out. All right, piston squat. We're going to release those hips back and come on up, squeeze. No hanging on those straps, shoulders shrug back. Release the hips. Send that leg deep into the hip socket. 2 more. Pressing out of the heel of the standing leg. Attempting the hips level, do your best job. And then last one, and we'll pulse. Using the straps enough to get a better shoulder shrug as shoulder blades glide down the back. 3, 2, I'm so lopsided, trying to straighten out. 1, and then we'll release back, roll hip open, tippy toe, control that heel down, come in, squeeze. Got 2 more. Gonna roll for that tippy toe, relaxing that chest to fly more. So not holding back, leaning it into it more. Low, oh, that was a bad lower heel down. Lower slow, kind of melt that heel. And then come back up. Just 1 more. We're gonna reach, fingertips long, toes long, roll up, slurping the arch of the foot. Keep that slurp in the arch of the foot. And then roll up, hug me into chest. Okay, this time we're not gonna break in the hips. It's gonna be more of a plank. I hope I can do this. Again, some shoulder issues from a car accident, but we'll just, I'll just go more moderate. You can go deeper if you want. So tippy toe, arms are straight. I'm gonna scoot in a little bit closer just because I know I need that modification. Actually, I'm gonna scoot further back. Further forward, sorry. Had to think about it. Kind of leaning forward and then coming up. I'm going to bend my elbows a lot because I need the shoulders to soften out of ears, especially being that not feeling as strong right now. So that little bend in the elbows is going to help me shrug those shoulders back and down. Another option would be to widen the stance. That would help too, just to be able to slurp more between the legs, get those arch of the feet recreated. And that option's really good for me because needing that modification as much as possible to keep dropping the shoulders. So coming into tippy toe, we lean forward in a plank, chest fills forward, and then resting back onto those heels. So coming into that plank, leaning forward, and hips are falling forward with the body. So we tippy toe up, fall forward into plank in a controlled fall. 2 more. And chest still floating forward up to return. Okay, let's add some push-ups. Mine will be smaller, yours can go bigger. You listen to those shoulders dropping out of those ears. We're gonna come forward. Okay, little push-ups. You can go further than me, rotate or tear. So I gotta listen to that. So chest is forward. That slurp between the legs to press out of it. Squeezing belly. Stay soft in elbows, kneecaps fill up. You can stay on those tippy toes, ball of the feet spread, and floating forward up with the chest. There's no bend in the hip, no arch in the back. We're gonna dip forward, belly. It feels like we're getting light off of the floor. Okay, perfect. I hope you did bigger than me because I know I was modifying a lot. Okay, so we're gonna move on. So I like this one a lot. And I always have to think about this a little bit because I'm used to doing these on a wall and having so much space sometimes confuses me. So actually here's where we're gonna go. We're gonna do a huge step forward to reach and then step back. So reach, kind of feel out that floor. So knee cocks in. You could tippy toe up here, land the heel, reach with that foot, and then follow through with the chest. So foot reaches, and then reach. Okay, 2 more. Cock up, and reach. Lift, stretch that foot forward. Last one. Good, and then little pulses that lean the chest forward for 3. Keep the knees still. 2, booty dragging back. 1. Okay, we're gonna turn the hip down. We're gonna take that strap out to the side, look past it, and then bring both straps together. Okay, inhale, roll chest open, look at the strap as an option. If that's too much, drop shoulder down, look at the other strap. And then return, chest leaning forward, booty dragging back. We're gonna inhale, roll chest, shoulder open, look past that strap. Kind of pause there as shoulders rest more. And then return, gaze forward. Last one, inhale, open. And exhale, return. Okay, let's add in our warrior 3. So we'll come up, stretch leg center. It wants to fall back, mine does. Set down, and then roll open. Wait for shoulders to relax. Then come all the way up, triangle. Then we'll lean forward. Chest is forward, wait for flat back. Then come up, warrior 3. Stretch leg directly back, don't let it fall over. Set foot down. And then roll chest open, look up. Use that looking up to come out of it, triangle. Sink back into the knee bend, kick the hip back. And then come forward, lean forward with that chest. Wait for that flat back. Come forward into warrior 3. Stretch the legs straight back. And then last one, we're gonna set down, open, come out of it, triangle, set down, and then return. Let's go into that warrior 3 and straighten the leg, rotate, bend at the knee, and then start to fly that arm back. We'll straighten and bend. Rest the front shoulder. 3. It's scary. 2 and 1. If you wanted to, you could grab your foot and kick the foot into the strap while leaning the chest forward, deepening that stretch as front shoulder rests. And then we come on out. All right, so TRX is meeting the yoga world. Let's do the other side. So I'm gonna start from the back. Gonna cock that knee up as well, coming up onto tippy toe. Reach that foot forward, flooding that foot forward. Step, and then lean the chest forward as hips plug back. Try to not let the knee fall forward. Drag it back with the booty dragging back. Anchor through that back big toe. And then we'll come on up. Roll up through the chest. There's a little kick off of that foot. Tippy toe, cock, and then reach. I'm a little sloppy with this, so just work with me. We're hopefully getting better and better with each one. And then roll up. And then come up, knee into chest. Come up onto that tippy toe. Make sure that big toe's anchored. Flutter. And then letting chest fall forward as we set the foot down, fall forward more with that chest. We'll float up. Okay, we're going to do a few more. Foot steps down, come forward. Tippy toe, anchor through that big toe. Try to hide that heel. Reach, let chest fall. Fall more with the chest. Float back up. And then we'll set foot down and come on up. Straight arms will be harder, but keep elbows soft. And tippy toe up. Last one, flutter, belly squeezing, chest forward. And lean forward with the chest, float up. Okay, let's play with this now. We're going to take our leg back. You could have two arms forward. And reach the arm back. Relax the top shoulder. Maybe grab the foot. But first, let's straighten that back leg. Bend. Try to touch. Straighten. While you touch, keep resting both shoulders to reach the strap more. Then we'll grab. That strap still reaching. We'll lean our heart forward. And then come on up. Okay, we're going to have a little flow. It's the one that goes into triangle. So let's lean forward. And then roll chest and shoulder open. Look at the back strap. Make sure that knee's not falling forward, that booty's dragging back. And then come forward for the stretch. We'll add in warrior 3. Legs stretching straight back as hips level off. Use that reach back. Roll chest and shoulder open. Okay, we got 2 more. We're going to lean forward, little launch, fly, rest, stretch, straight, and then set down, stay straight. Then roll open, relax to stretch arms apart, keep that knee from falling forward, and then come forward and fly, stretch, set the foot down, roll open. All right, let's come on out of that. So moving on, like to get a little bit of a stretch. So that one had a stretch built into it, but we'll get some more. So let's go ahead and lean forward into tippy toe. I'm coming forward to make this easier. Actually, one thing too that will help is taking those straps up. That longer straps is going to be a harder one, so just make sure they're all the way up. I'm going to lean forward, open the arms apart about shoulder distance, and that's where shoulders need to shrug back and down. And we'll lean forward, use that tippy toe, press out of the feet and hands. Okay, so even though it looks like just hands, there's feet to squeeze belly and hands. Let's do 2 more. Option is you could push in the straps, let them come together as chest stays open. Open in the straps, elbows, triceps spiral back. 2 more. It's like clapping the straps together. Little clap. Part through the chest, squeeze belly, clap. Last one. I used to be strong in these. I feel bad about it. But been staying off of a lot of stuff. But that car accident, have tried rest and realizing I need to move more. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take those straps where they're hanging vertically down, and we're going to go in a little plie that steps the foot back across. So this knee, we need to keep it from falling forward. Drag it back with both hips dragging. And let's go into our little plie squat. That feels like our spine went down about a pole. Come on up. Good, and we'll do 4 more. Let's add a pulse. Our booty's dragging back, our spine's against the pole, head rests back. 3, 2, 1. Press up. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze both inner thighs, present both hips forward. Drag that booty back. 3, 2, 1. Hips forward. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Now let's just tap. Good. Tap. 5, 4. Kind of feels like a pelvic forward and foot follows. So pelvis presses as belly squeezes, chest is up, and back slides down the wall. Now we just add a pulse between each one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Last one, 1, 2. Okay, switch sides. So we'll cross. Our foot doesn't fall over. A lot of times I'm cueing what's happening, kind of seeing my own imbalance. And working, that's where we're like a team. So a little squeeze of a kumquat between the inner thighs. And we're going to sink down, hips dragging back. We don't want that front knee to fall forward and put unnecessary pressure. And that might be your biggest guide, is just feel that that knee has no pressure. No pressure, come up. No pressure, come up. We have 2 more. Then last one, little pulses. 1, 2, come up. 1, 2, come up. 2 more. 1, 2, come up. Last one. 1, 2, come up. This time we're just staying in our squat, going down and up. When we go back, we're dragging back. When we come up a little, press forward at the hips. Down and up. Last one. Down, keep both big toes rooted. Up. All right, so let's finish. Let's step all the way forward with our straps and lean forward where chest and face relax, being up on those tippy toes. Kind of fly in those straps for a bit, getting extra length, and then lower the heels down. And we'll do it again. We're going to rock forward onto balls of the feet. Linger in a stretch that feels like swimming in a pool, and then lower down. Okay, last one. Inhale, tippy toe up, and then one elbow bends, look past shoulder, lean those hips forward without arching the back. See if the arm can lean forward in the strap for shoulder to relax. And then we'll come down through our heels. Try to time it together. So with each one, I'm hoping to get smoother. Hopefully. Pulling hips and ribs in. Feel a lift through both ankles that feels like it could hold a ball. And then we'll lower down, and this is where we can time it together as fingertips reach. Okay, let's go a little faster. Reach, relax, heels. Reach, and those heels stretching to relax as belly squeezes in. Last one. Should feel a little extra softening of shoulders away from ears right here as fingertips reach. And then return. Okay. This used to be my favorite exercise, and again, this has been a long while since I've done TRX, like several months, maybe longer than that. But the reason I'm nervous here is because I have that rotator tear that I'm just not sure what's going to happen next. So feeling it out. Chest flies, straps fly, come up on the tippy toes to create space. And then lean forward for a stretch. That chest bows. Can anchor through those heels. Then coming forward and up. I'm going to soften the elbow. I might step back to create room for the arm to come up and around. You can do the same. So it just depends. Everything. Listen to your body. I hope it appears that I'm listening to my body, because I really am just exploring the movement. Inhale. We're going to fly through the chest as arms fly. You can use that tippy toe to kind of show off the heart, because from feet to chest. And then just kind of fill it out. So if there isn't room to do that, reach back, step back, create some space. And then once those straps get back, lean forward, kind of trusting the fall with chest and letting the straps relax and be propped. And then we'll bow, teeter some weight forward into the balls of the feet to totally hang on the straps as head gets heavy. Stretching the heels down. I'm going to pause here for a moment because it feels good. And then inhale, no rush. We want to articulate, letting the chest move forward up. And then return. So this is where listening to the body, what I'm experiencing is that my body's opening up to something that feels good. But it didn't necessarily feel awesome at first. I had to modify to let it feel, to get to the opening. So inhale, float up. And then using that opening of a gate, let's call it, with the chest, to fly the arms back. Just keep opening. And when there's anything that doesn't feel enough, just step back to create space, because we're not going to hang or yank a limb. And then lean, trust, dive forward. And then we trust more because you rest totally into the straps for head to get heavy. Breathing and filling into back. Bend the legs to deepen that stretch. Nose to knee. And then straighten the legs. Lean forward with the chest, and I'm scooting forward to make that more gentle. And then gonna bow. I'm gonna take these glasses off. They get really nerdy, but it's so I can see in that phone. It's a small camera. And that rotator cuff, I'm gonna just try to stay soft in my joints, only going as far as I can do that. It's this shoulder, you can kind of see it working around it. And then come back in, relax, dive. Let's use that knee bend to rest more through torso towards floor. Maybe nod that head yes, no. And then come on up. Take one foot forward. Just kind of enjoy that heart opening. Sorry, the camera's not good. I'm a little close. Other foot forward. Back calf getting a stretch. Good. And then just gonna walk out of it, walk back. You could do another exit. Well, that's what I'm feeling. Okay, I'm gonna call that done. That's my first attempt at TRX, like teaching, and like it feels like it's almost been a year. So if it is rough, I apologize about that. But the more I do these, the smoother they get. That's how it tends to work out. I could even tell just while doing it that it was getting a little bit more exciting. So anyways, enjoy your day. And I hope to be putting out more stuff. We're in that quarantine. And it's allowing me to explore the things that I'm certified in and have taught, and to put a little more attention to doing it personally and getting back into teaching vocally by doing these videos, because there's been times where I've taught a lot of TRX and it just came right out, and then I went into a different path, let's say teaching a lot of Pilates with the reformer and stuff, how to break with the TRX, and it's been that way with a lot of different things. So I know I have the background to teach it. It's just a matter of like getting it up to the surface and even getting my body alive to that movement again. So anyhow, I am excited to share this. I hope you had fun. All right, bye.